Well, ahead of Earth Week, scientists and innovators gather here in Atlanta to talk about sustainability and resiliency for the future.
That's right. Meteorologist Melissa Nord was there. Here's their story.
The world has existed for billions of years. A leaf would fall off a tree, it would go down to the ground, it would turn into soil, and the nutrients would go back up into the tree. We don't do that anymore, right? Our economies don't work that way. Ideally, for me, sustainability was we go back to those principles that has allowed this planet to thrive and species on this planet to thrive.
To be sustainable goes hand in hand with being resilient.
Resiliency for Georgia means that we can actually endure, and I hate to use the phrase, but we can weather the storm.
Planning for the future involves collaboration, which is centered here in Georgia this week.
So it's the inaugural year for Super South, bringing together hundreds of scientists, tech innovators, and brilliant minds trying to come up with sustainability and climate solutions for Georgia and the Southeast.
A lot of those solutions are within reach, shown by newly released Drawdown Georgia Climate Solutions Tracker.
So we're trying to spotlight the leaders and good examples, exemplars that can be mimicked, but also we're looking at where we might have the best chance of duplicating and replicating in other places across the state.
These research-backed means open the door for more clean tech business growth across the state.
As we pursue energy opportunities and resilience, what jobs are we creating? How many students from Clark Atlanta, Spelman and Morehouse, or Georgia Tech, or even the University of Georgia are we keeping in the state to contribute what they've learned to the workforce that can propel us into an energy future?
Yeah, so they had the opportunity to speak to a lot of different scientists, clean tech innovators, business owners, and I've got a lot of their stories that we're going to be sharing, if I can get the words out, next week, right around Earth Day. So I have some really cool stories in the pipeline coming next week.
That's really, that is a tongue twister, number one.
Yes.
And that was a really great story because, it's really shedding light on something that I feel like people don't, maybe they think about it, but they don't know as much about.
And don't realize that the South can be a leader in some of that clean tech innovation, and that's why they called it Super South.
Yeah.
So I like that. So we'll be sharing more of all that next week.
Awesome.